Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first video I've posted in a long time, talking about the Year of the Dragon Draconic Raiders reward box. For those of you that don't know, coming out today, August 28th, which is today, you will be able to select one box that is containing a whole bunch of cool stuff, a whole bunch of items featured from several different Draconic raids, and the item that is in this list, all the items, there's a lot of them. So we're going to go over a couple of them. I'm going to give you my top picks of what you should pick, and that way you'll have a pretty clear and concise answer. So to answer any quick questions, number one, you can unlock this month. Everybody that plays this game can unlock it this month. So all you have to do is log in and talk to the NPC in the Hall of Heroes, just like you have for all of the other Draconic rewards. That's it. You don't have to do anything special. You literally just go in to the Hall of Heroes, you talk to the person, and you get one box, one character on every server. So if you play on 5 different servers, you can claim one box on each server, but you cannot claim multiple boxes on the same server, so just keep that in mind. Also, pretty much everything from the box is bound to character, so while the box is bound to account, so if you, let's say you pick it up on your fighter, and you actually would rather have the box on your wizard, you can transfer it over to your wizard and take out an item, but just bear in mind, the item that you pick will be bound to your character. So you have a whole list of items. We're going to go through these. On top of this list of items, you'll also be able to choose a cosmetic instead if you don't want any of the items, as well as being able to take Isle of Dread Bone Crafting Black Pearls. So the cosmetic, we don't know currently what it looks like because the game is currently down, and I haven't taken it yet. But when it is up, the cosmetic, I'll just put a link in the description as well as in the pinned comment, so you can just click if you want to see what the cosmetic looks like. I will have that there. But outside of that, yeah, let's go over the items. So what should you take out of this whole list? You shouldn't take the Black Pearls. These are very easy to get. All you have to do is the Isle of Dread raid. And the Isle of Dread raid might sound intimidating, but people run it all the time, especially if you play like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You'll see people running the raids all the time. And you don't even have to kill all the bosses. You can just kill the first boss to get Black Pearls, which is pretty easy to do. And you don't even have to kill the first boss. You can actually just go kill the Glabrazu you can spawn in the Adventure Zone. So don't take the Black Pearls. So what should you take out of this whole list? Well, there's actually one thing that's kind of unique. This bow right here. This bow is brand new and is being added to the game specifically for this box. Now, they didn't say if this bow is going to drop anywhere else. This one, I believe it is called Eon, the Poisoned Rain. Is this bow going to be good? No, because we have 2 bows, the Chaos Bow and Dinosaur Bone Crafted, which are both better. But it looks really cool. So if you're looking for a new bow cosmetic, Eon is a fantastic choice. This is what it looks like here. Beautiful looking bow. Can definitely recommend Eon here. Now, if you're not taking Eon, let's go through the list of what are my top picks from the box. Number 1, do you play a shield character? Do you like playing Vanguards? Take Colossus, the Breaking Wall. It's currently the best Vanguard shield in the game, and you can get one for free. So that's kind of cool. There's no better shield for doing damage as a Vanguard than this. That's Paladin Vanguard, Fighter Vanguard. Maybe you have some wacky shield bashing Sorcerer Wizard build. This is the item for you. It's got all the good stats. Guard breaking, impact, bashing, shield bashing. Again, best item you can get, best in slot. That's the best shield. After that, the items get a lot more questionable. Deathic Runestone is one of the best healing shields in the entire game. It has an effect called Runic Revitalization, which is when you heal people, you have a chance to grant temporary hit points and spell points, which is insanely good. It also gives alchemical bonus to spell power and insightful devotion, a lot of stats you're not necessarily going to have, so it's very good for healing. The thing is, this item is extremely easy to acquire because it's one of 3 items that drops from Fire on Thunder Peak, so while getting items from raids is usually like a tedious and long process, here, this is one of the easiest raid items to get because Fire and Thunder Peaks is an old raid, so I would not take it out of the box, but if you have literally nothing else to choose and you kind of want to start healing, this is a good option. Also, you can boil down the shield into the essence of the Deathic Runestone, basically getting the Runic Revitalization as an augment, which is kind of useful. Next, we have Guided Sight. This item is terrible. It comes from Riding the Storm Out, and it is a bad item. But it gives you the Set Augment Quick Blade, and when you get 3 of these, you can get yourself where is my quick blade here? I'm going to go. It doesn't actually tell you. I believe quick blade is the enchantment. Double strike, double shot. So you can get a double strike, double shot augment right here. If you get 3 of these slotted in, extra double strike, double shot. You'd have to get 3 guided sights, but maybe you already have 2 of them, and you can convert this one down. Again, this item's totally useless, but it is okay for the augment set. Speaking of augment sets, Mail of the Moronon is another item that is totally useless. This armor is garbage, and you should never use it. I mean, it looks pretty cool, honestly. The cosmetic, it's not bad looking. It's pretty good. But the item is totally useless. However, Brutal Blows is the Strength Augment set. So if you need the Strength Augment set, grab Mail of the Moronon. Remember, you need 3 of these. So this box is going to give you 1 Mail of the Moronon. You'll need to get 2 more if you want to get the full set. Then we have the Null Scale Armor. Another terrible piece of equipment that looks pretty good. It looks great. All the stats on it are bad. It gives you Spell Failure. This is one of the worst pieces of armor ever designed. But you can get the Essence of Null Scale, which gives you Null Magic Guard. So you can just cook this down into an augment and put that on another armor. Cool. Next up, we have the Sword of Shadow. This is the best leveling sword in the game. No sword in DDO or weapon in DDO does more damage than this from level 10 to level 29, or yeah, around 26 to 29, with the exception of the Epic Sword of Shadows. So if you don't have a Sword of Shadow, and you have not been able to get one from Plane of Night, which is an easy raid that people run all the time, which is Von 5 and 6, if you still don't have one, and it's been so many years, the Sword of Shadow is not a bad pick from this box, because the Sword of Shadow obviously is one of the best leveling weapons in the entire game. For those that don't know why, this is the base critical profile right here of 17 to 20 times 3. That means improved critical makes this a 15 to 20 times 3. And if you get the +1 critical threat range and multiplier that you get from a lot of the trees of melee characters, this becomes a 14 to 20 times 4, meaning you critically hit more than a third of the time for 4 times damage. It's insanity. Stack that up with anything that gives you either extra critical chance on attacks or other things, and yeah, you're going to be killing everything. So if you don't have a Sword of Shadow, now is your chance to get a free one. On top of that, we've also got the Kundrik Delving Boots and the Kundrik Delving Suit. These items are not necessarily good. I don't think that they're good. However, bear with me, if you have everything else on the list, the Kundrik Delving Boots are okay because they do have freedom of movement and speed. These are literally worse than the boots from Ravenloft, which are what is the name escaping me? But there's the Ravenloft boots that give you freedom of movement. The Flightfoot Greaves. These are worse than those. However, these are available to you if you don't own Ravenloft. So keep that in mind. These are available if you don't own Ravenloft. It's not bad. Also, the set bonus, if you have both of this item is also pretty bad. But with the way the Sun and Moon augments shake out, the Legendary Kundrik Delving set might be useful as a fit-in because of the unique stats that it gets and the fact that it doesn't cover off of the other slots. So it could be okay. That being said, probably still bad. We're stretching the edge of the bad list right now. And then we have Legendary Sword of Shadow. This is a cosmetic. It looks really cool. This is what it looks like. It's like the Sword of Shadow, but it's like more defined. It's got a big gem here. I don't know. It kind of looks really evil. Honestly, if you flip it upside down, it kind of reminds me of N'Zoth from World of Warcraft, where it's like this thing with the big glowing eye in the center on the yellow coloration. Overall, is this a good item? I mean, it's cosmetic, so do what you want. And then at the bottom of the barrel list, we have 2 more items. The Anarchist Crossbow is an okay crossbow if you are playing any type of heavy crossbow build, specifically like Inquisitive. If you don't have a good heavy crossbow, this weapon is not great. There are better crossbows. Like the one from Sharn is still better than this, but it's okay, and it looks pretty cool. So if you don't own any content, you don't have any expansions, and you love crossbow, this is an option for you. And last on my list of items that you should maybe take from the box is Treason. It's cool. It's one of the few blue weapons in the game. It's a very cool looking weapon. Don't look at the stats. They're bad. You don't care about the stats. This is if you want to make a cosmetic out of it. Treason is pretty good in terms of the visuals, and that's it. So that's all I can recommend that you would take. These items. So just a quick recap. Eon looks absolutely amazing. We've got Colossus. We have the 2 items that are meant to make augments in here. So that is the Mail of the Moronon, as well as the Guided Sight for the augments, if you want them. Deathic Runestone, really easy to get, but it can give you at least an augment or the shield, which is okay. The regular Sword of Shadow, if you don't have it. Kundrik Delving set is, again, the boots are great if you don't own Ravenloft and you need something for freedom of movement. But other than that, again, the Ravenloft boots are easier to get, and if you just own Ravenloft, you get them from Death House. It's very easy to farm out. And then some cosmetics. So that's all my recommendations. But that's not all the items on the list. There's also a lot of garbage. So now we're going to go through the garbage. So if you already got the information, you don't have to care about this. Now we're going to quickly go through the garbage. I'm going to explain to you why all these items are bad and why you shouldn't take them. So, Page Regalia Exiled Tactica seems kind of cool. It's got some interesting stats. except this is from Fire over Morgrave. All these stats are superfluous and on other items already. And there's just literally a better cloak that has insightful armor piercing that comes from the base quest. Terrible item, but it looks phenomenal. But this item sucks. Belt on Moronon just straight up sucks. It is part of the Moronon set. But yeah, you might be like, oh, but it has strength and fortification and vitality. But like almost every piece of armor has fortification. Vitality is now in almost every bracelet, ring, and necklace you can find. So you're basically just getting strength out of this and the set bonus, and who cares? Bad item. Battle Ranger's Harness. I don't even need to explain why this one's bad. Bad item. Also, it's really easy to get from Temple of Deathhorn because there's only 3 items. Discerning Gaze. Ooh, dodge and quality dodge on goggles? It's a bad item. Next up, we have the Lightning Coil. This is a cool concept. I really like the idea of Lightning Coil, where basically you gain static electricity while you wait, and then you can blast people with electrical damage. There's actually like a niche case for actually using this item, where you would get like extra crit per stack. The problem is it just doesn't really pan out, and instead of having like 15% more damage on one spell cast and then nothing for a little while, instead you would just use one of the actual good weapons that gives you a ton of damage all the time. So, bad item. Brilliant Crescents. This is a terrible item. This is actually meant to be a paired item, so you're supposed to have 2 different crescents. There's a main hand and an offhand version, and they are separate. So you'll have to use the main hand and the offhand to get the bonus stats. The problem is every single class in the game that can get offhand strike chance will get it, so you don't need the stat bonus. You're already going to be at 100%. And also, I believe only the main hand is going to be in here, and you won't be able to take the offhand, so you're still going to need the other one. So garbage. Cloak of the Mountain. There's a universe where Cloak of the Mountain was good, and that was the year 2018. Since then, pretty bad item. Don't worry about it. Also looks bad. The Disciplinator. Don't even have a visual on it. This is a cool rune arm, but it's not worth it to take it from the box. It's got light electrical lash, but meh, garbage. Move on. Night Shard. This is a cool scimitar. It's got a cool visual to it. Look at that. It's got Identity Crisis. It's got Bieshk. Dang, that looks really cool. Except there's one from Sharn that has glass shards in it and is just strictly a better scimitar. So Night Shard is pretty bad. Identity Crisis is okay, but if you're going to get Identity Crisis, you can also just go pick up any item from Isle of Dread as well and grab that. So again, pretty bad item. Moving on, Claws of the Balor. It's a pair of hand wraps, and these hand wraps are bad. Moving on. Cloak of the Silver Concord. Look at these stats. I've actually seen some builds. There is a popular streamer, Arcaniverse, has used Cloak of the Silver Concord in many builds. This is one of those items that can slide into your build every once in a while in an endgame capacity, because you can actually use the set bonus fairly easily. It gives you Insightful Charisma, so the legendary version can be useful. But if you're going for the legendary set, you need both items, which means you're running the raid, and nobody wants this because it's garbage, so you're always going to get one anyway. Also, you're going to have an infinite amount of runes. Don't worry about this. If you're going for legendary, you're going to get this. Don't take it. Bad item. Stormreaver's Napkin. Somebody wiped their nose with it. Don't wear it. Moving on. Docent of Grace. It looks bad, and the stats are terrible. Moving on. Trinket of Free Will is an item that used to have a lot of value in from killing time back in the day, but now we have the Blood Blossom Bloom from Dryad the Demigod, and it is this on steroids. Bad item. Symphony. Bad item. I don't even know what to say. Ring of Lies. Really cool concept. I really love the idea that the flavor text of the item that says this ring is a potent facilitator of deceptions and falsehoods, but is risky to use. Not only may the weak-minded be seduced by their own inventions, but the ring constantly suggests new and profitable lies to the wearer, often leading to addiction and ruin. I love that flavor text. A lot of items in this game have like bad flavor text. Like Ward Token says, the greatest offense is a rock-solid defense from Hammerfist Ogrebane Stalwart Defender. I don't know who that is. I don't know what that means. This tells you a whole story. I love it. Great flavor text. Bad item. Moving on. Cloudburst. Really cool cosmetic. Mid flavor text. Bad item. Moving on. Ward Token. We're not even talking about this one. Dream Spitter. Back in the day, this was a force when the end game content was the Dalquor creatures and you're fighting things in the Inspired Quarter. My god, this was useful. But it's not 2009 anymore, so this is a bad item. Gauntlets of Eternity. Let's keep going. Gauntlets of the Aggressor. This item was a cool concept for a tank item because it had double strike, insightful armor piercing, and then insight so you get aggro. There's a world where there's a tank build that can use this that existed before Isle of Dread where we got double strike augments. Now that we have double strike augments, these gauntlets are bad. Hammer of Life, one of the worst weapons ever designed in the video game. It's really cool conceptually because it's like it kills undead and it has heals on it, but it just never works. It doesn't really do anything great. Yeah, it's an item that I wish could do something cool. I love the idea of a healing weapon. This item does not fulfill that goal. Ironweave robe, really good looking robe, honestly. The visuals on this, fantastic. The stats on it are terrible. And the dragon mask, insanely easy to acquire. The stats are totally useless, but it does look like this, so maybe you want it. And that's it. That is that's all the items from the box. So that's my recommendation, is what you take. The stuff at the beginning is what you should take. The stuff at the back is what you shouldn't. And have fun with your Raiders box. As for, like I said, when we have the information on the cosmetic, I'll post a link in the description and also in the pinned comment so you can see what it looks like. But, and also, should you take the cosmetic? I mean, if you like the way it looks, take it. If you don't like the way it looks, don't take it. That's pretty much it. Anyways, that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day. Enjoy your Raiders reward box, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.